Every dead body that is not exterminated becomes one of them. It gets up and kills. The people it kills get up and kill.
I'll probably check and see if we've got any Megadeth in our system, but that's after we talk everybody's ears off. After a while.
We originally got together in some form in 2009. We didn't start playing out until about 2012, 2013, and then we've been kind of at it ever since, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. So, and you guys are playing Firebird Friday night.
Friday night, and then November 10th it pops. We're playing out a show.
Yeah, we're hoping to have our CD finished by then, at least the single anyway, so that we can go ahead and promote that at that show. It's just right now everything's still kind of in the mixing and mastering phase.
So, what song are you gonna put on that? Is it gonna be Bang?
No.
No, we've got two new ones. Yeah,
Awesome.
we've got two completely new ones that we're gonna end up putting out. We're eventually going to re-release all the older material and kind of have a way that it was and the way that it is.
Right.
The volume 1.
Yeah, kind of a volume 1 and volume 2.
So, this band you're playing with Friday night, tell me about them.
It's Ari Lehman, first Jason. He was literally the first Jason, the first Friday 13th.
Yeah, they're kind of a horror rock outfit.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. They're kind of a horror rock outfit, and they're quite entertaining to watch, man. Ari himself is up there. He's the lead singer of the group, and he plays the 80s style guitar. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
And he's got it shaped like a machete, you know. And
No kidding.
yeah, exactly.
Nobody would recognize you.
That's good.
I know. What does Lisa say about all that? Your beautiful, gorgeous girlfriend. Hi, Lisa.
Yes. Hello, Lisa. How are you doing? I don't know. She likes it. She's a big fan of a lot of metal music. Very supportive. So.
Speaking to the microphone, Adam, we can't hear you.
Go ahead. Won't bite you. I promise. We're not too
scary.
hard. You need your hoodie on. Is that what it is?
Yes.
You can't get in front of a microphone without your hoodie. Cool. And your other three guys.
Bruce Morrison on vocals, Mark Nickel on drums, and Paul Dotney Jr. on guitar.
Cool. Awesome. Friday night at the Firebird. Be there or be square. Just Ted, you guys, First Jason, and who else?
New American Classics,
Yes.
and I want to say that it is Meth Made Me an Orphan. I know, the name is amazing, and I'm pretty sure that's what it was, but I'm not entirely sure.
And
I just found out about the rest of the lineup today, so.
That's put on by Hangar 18 Productions and The Beard
And
Productions.
the Beard, yeah, Anthony.
I still think you guys should play with Groin Mallet just because of the name
We'll
of
play.
your band.
That would be a fun poster, let me tell
is
you.
hilarious. Oh my gosh.
What's another band that we can't mention on the air?
We can't mention. We just talked about them.
Yeah, FOAD.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God, and they're so good too.
Yep,
they're so
awesome.
They are,
good.
they
We played
are.
with them at Ink Spot.
Yeah, the Ink Spot 2 years ago, yeah. Those dudes are a lot of fun.
And then they boycotted it because of the name of the band.
Yeah, they protested them. Yeah, there were
protested.
people actually protesting them at the Ink Spot block party because of their name.
Are you kidding me? What, collectively the whole place had one set of teeth? Really?
It wasn't that
Seriously?
bad. There was probably
No.
two.
Really? 2 teeth or 2 people?
Two
Questions?
people.
Anything to
There were a
say?
couple.
He's just taking pictures.
Hey.
Wave, hi.
Yeah, give my left side. Hey.
He's not taking pictures. I think he's videoing.
Yeah, this is my
isn't he?
half-bit side.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. All right, so what do you guys see as far as your future endeavors? What are you gonna do? What do you want to do? Where do you want to be?
I mean, realistically, we're just going to keep pushing out what material we can, man, and try to get better and better as we're trying to deliver the best product we can, so we're constantly pushing ourselves as far as musicians go, and you'll definitely see that on the tracks that are coming out
Right.
from Analong, is that the musicianship on them is heads and tails above some of the stuff that we've done before. And we're just going to strive to bring metal back, I mean, and I don't want to sound presumptuous or, pretentious by saying that, but I mean, metal is kind of splintering itself, and you hear people talk about being united and stuff like that in the cause, but variety is the spice of life, really, and that's really what I would like to see out of the scene, is everybody trying to be more bombastic in what they do, be a little bit more larger than life.
Okay, so a bar owner comes to you and says, "I love your music. You guys are awesome. You're great, fabulous. I want you to play, but you gotta throw some cover in there." Oh, I know, you're gritting your teeth going, oh, and he's going to offer you a whole bunch of money.
Yeah,
Would you consider that a sellout, or would you consider it why is he asking for that?
Yeah, I mean, and we get it, especially a lot of the the St. Louis scene, that's a lot of it is covers and stuff like that. People want to hear, you know, and we get it, you know, we get it.
Right.
People want to hear the songs they know,
Yeah.
but for us, it's not one of those things where we absolutely have said no, we won't play covers because
Right.
we've done it before. But it's one of those cases where we'll do it if we have to.
Right.
You know.
Depends on the money.
Yeah, you know, if we have to, you
Right.
know, if there's no way around it, then yeah, we'll play covers. But yeah, you know,
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
you know, yeah, we've tried to attempt it before. It's just one of those things where it's awkward. You know, I feel really weird playing other people's stuff.
Right.
Mm,
Exactly.
you know.
But when you become rich and famous and everybody starts playing your music, then what are you gonna say?
You know,
That's
that'd
killer.
be- yeah, you know, then I might appear out of it just for giggles. But
Well, there you
yeah.
go. Then you can start screaming copyrights and you won't be money.
No. I'm one of those people that fully believes that if you're able to inspire other artists, then that's great. All these people suing for infringement and stuff like that is
Silly.
Right.
just ridiculous. A really good example of that is if you listen to Prince. Everybody knows Prince.
Right.
And if you listen to the mid part for Purple Rain when he's singing it,
Right.
if you really listen to that, it's Journey's
Journey.
a song faithfully, you
Right,
know, like
right.
note
Oh,
for
yeah.
note.
Right.
And Journey never sued Prince. You know, they were
Right.
never like, "You stole my song, give me money." You know,
Yeah.
they were just honored that they were able to influence the man who was able to influence others. You know, and that's the best part of doing this and being an artist and stuff is being able to influence others and carry it on. You know.
Exactly. He was very underrated. People didn't realize how talented he really
Prince
was.
amazing.
And
Man,
his
rest in peace, Prince.
and his songs though, I'm getting chills. His songs were so basic and so simple, you know, they covered how many different genres? I mean, everybody liked this guy.
Yeah.
And he was so freaking, he could play any instrument.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
any instrument. He could turn anything into a song. He was creating, you know, superstars all over the place, no matter what they were singing. When he touched it, it turned to gold. He definitely had the
Yeah,
Midas
he was
touch.
an amazing musician.
It's kind of like Bowie. I mean, honestly,
Mhm.
Iggy Pop wouldn't have had a career if it wasn't for Bowie.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
David Bowie's got kind of like one of those same things. Or I mean, that's the thing too, is like where we lose now in modern music, we don't have these icons,
Right.
and these people are getting older, and a lot of them unfortunately are dying off, which is tragic. But the thing is we don't have these bigger stars to where even when Prince was big. Like when he first came out, he was huge. He stayed huge.
Right.
Where you have people now, it's just a fad. But I think that's also to do with more the way that the record industry is now is more singles oriented for pop radio.
Well, it's not about substance anymore.
Yeah.
It's about that 15 minutes of
15
fame. You know?
yeah.
Creativity is it's not the highlight, and that's what made him stand out. That's what made a lot of artists stand out. Madonna, Cher, all these people that, you know, no matter who they are, the ones that you can think of that either drove you crazy with their crazy silly songs, even that idiot Justin Bieber. I can't stand that kid, but guess what? He is there and we are here. So something was done right there, but I mean, he blazed his own path and, you know, started a lot more, I think, boy bands and more kids getting into it just
you know,
because.
I mean, it influences the next generation.
Right,
And
exactly.
that's what's the most important about this is whether you get big in a band or whether you stay on a scene and you're just loyal to that scene.
Right.
It's influencing the people within, you know, whether it be the one starstruck fan that you do have who
Right.
goes home and thinks you're the most amazing musician they've ever seen.
Right.
You're not,
Right.
you know, but to them you are, and that's what matters, you know. It's,
But you are in your own little mind.
no,
Yeah, there you
no,
go.
that's where you start getting the big head, you know.
Right.
Like you're just a normal person trying to put out your idea of music, and
Mhm.
hopefully somebody else shares that idea.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
that's the only way.
Can
to
I
look
ask a
at it.
question? I want to ask a question of, do you feel like any of your music might be used in a horror movie soundtrack?
Man, I hope so.
Yeah, I would love that. Let me
I
tell
love
you.
that.
Yeah,
How about a Rob Zombie movie?
Yeah,
Would that be the
yeah.
ultimate or what?
I mean, yeah, it would be cool. It would be cool. I mean, as much
John Carpenter, maybe.
yeah,
We're huge
for as
fans.
long as he's living, I can't
Yeah.
imagine he's gonna be around much longer.
Aw.
But yeah, he's yeah. But I mean, yeah, we would love to be in a horror movie or something like that. You know, the music nowadays is getting less and less inspired by the horror aspect of it. You know,
Mhm.
when we started the band way back in 2009 with that core group of musicians, most of them are gone. The only three original members are me, Paul, and Adam.
Mhm.
And as we've changed members throughout, the music has definitely changed as we've gone along.
Right.
And the horror theme may be gone, but the influence on the music isn't.
Right.
And you'll hear that especially on some of our darker tracks that are coming up. We've got a couple. While Bruce is more of like an angelic type singer, likes to have a lot of melodies and stuff like that, the music is definitely going in a darker direction and a much heavier direction. So it'll be interesting to see how people perceive it.
Does it all have a message, or just is it more of a feeling, or a little bit of both?
Yeah, a little bit of both. Yeah, we'll say both. You know, it like I said, it all goes with the people in the band. Like I'm a big crap stirrer, you know what I'm saying? And I like topics that get under people's skin.
Right.
I think metal should be offensive in ways, and having you do a deeper thought in certain political views or certain social views and stuff like that. You know, but other members in the band just want to drink beer and party. So, you know, we're somewhere in between that.
Right,
You know?
Well, I guess that's why do you think they call it metal? To, you know, get you riled up and
Yeah,
get you
yeah.
excited about something. you
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
because metal is not, when you think of metal, do you think of anything, you know, soft and fluffy? No, you think of sharp and shiny and just, you know, right there, and it's gonna hurt one way or another. You
Yeah,
know, so
pretty much, yeah.
and that can either be good or bad, it's all up to you.
I think of Black Sabbath and Alice Cooper always first when I think of metal. That's the two things I always think of. So, and that's, to me, like, it's kind of like a band like Black Sabbath. They had a lot of political things, and they had a lot of horror-based themes, you know. And then, I mean, you had a song like War Pigs is obviously a political song by them, but at the same time, you know, they had other, like, changes.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you never really want to pigeonhole yourself into one thing.
Right.
You don't want to call yourself, oh, we're a political band, or oh, we're, you know.
Right.
If something gets under our craw, then we're going to sing about it. If something's funny in our eyes, then we're going to sing about it. If,
Right.
you know,
Right.
it's really just how we're feeling at the time of that song.
That's cool. That's awesome. That is killer. What?
I was gonna ask, does help to have it plugged on. I was gonna ask on the graphic that you have, it says hung like a martyr, and it's got that lettering sort of like Black Sabbath Master of Reality album.
Actually, our logo
Is that,
came from, like, EC,
Yeah, you remember the old EC
comics, like Tales of
okay,
Crypt and,
okay.
The guy designed, a friend of ours designed it, named Eric Albers, kind of designed the logo for us. And it's kind of like, I mean, it's kind of like,
Yeah, at the one that's all purple.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
purple,
that one
that's the
definitely
one
looks
that
like the Masters of Reality.
right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
where I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, oh wow.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're all huge Sabbath fans, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know. The thing that we did know that we wanted for a logo, and we've kind of wanted to change some things about it over the years, but like, you want to be able to read it. Too many times that we see a lot of bands that have this name that looks like a bunch of trees.
Oh, you're talking about all the death metal logos?
Death metal, yeah,
Right.
and grindcore stuff, and it's like, that's terrible. How can you can't advertise? Like, nobody can read your name to know who you are,
Right.
which I always think is funny because it's.
I always figured it was just kind of a more of the, if you don't know, then you shouldn't be listening to it type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why they make their names so hard to read. It's
I
like,
mean,
well, if you don't know who we are, then you should know
You
who
need
we are.
you need like a decoder ring.
Yeah, you know, I
to
mean-
find out what their band name
Yeah.
is.
Well, no, then I just make you want to listen.
Yeah,
You know, what do they really sound like?
exactly. You know,
Do they-
I thought it was always just part of the mystique of death metal bands to make your logo like really insane looking where you can't read it. I always thought it was just like part of the thing, you know?
Right.
Well, I think it's cool.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
And who again did the graphic work on that?
Eric Albers.
Good job. Kudos to him.
Well, cool. Thank you.
Awesome. Very cool. That is awesome.
I want to know if you're doing something that's going to help us out of this deep shit we're in.
Or if you're all